Namaskaram. This is a very special video for Him Life School because we are consolidating the work done so far as we are doing a induction for our newly joined mentees. This is an attempt to explain our work done over more than 10 years in just 10 minutes. So I believe this will give you a clear understanding of what is him and what is HLS. To begin with, when I say him is not Himakant. So it is very important to understand that. We are building something called Human Intelligence Master. Human Intelligence Master. The objective of this is to build a software for humans. Now, what do you mean by this? We added a software in a typewriter that became a laptop, right? This is the world's richest company for a very long period of time. And then this Steve Jobs guy added a software in a landline that became a mobile. Now it is the world's richest company. So two people adding softwares to hardwares change the world. That's it, right? We spend almost everything on this and a phone. That's it. Then I realized if a software can impact so much in a plastic thing, this is plastic, right? Everything is plastic. So the impact of software, when I say software, some level of intelligence. What is software? It thinks in a particular way. It's built based on algorithms. If you can apply it or if you can add it to humans, what could be the impact? That is the insight using which we have started working on this. So Android for phones, iOS for laptops, him for humans. This is a fundamental goal. And it's a very, I would say, aspirational goal because it's not easy. Plastic does not resist. Now ask it to start something, shut down, it'll shut down. You guys won't listen, right? So it's hard to work with humans because there is a lot of resistance. We actually want to democratize intelligence. When I say democratize intelligence, at some point of time, a lot of people did not have the voting rights all across the world, including USA. So democracy has been democratized. So what was accessible to very few people gets accessible to a lot of people. So intelligence is normally accessible to a very specific set of people. Now I'll help you understand this because if you look at humans and animals, at some point of time, we're all staying together in the jungle. Like we're all together in the jungle, right? Now, why were we able to rule this? Why were we able to rule the planet? Because we had some level of intelligence, which can be passed on to intergenerations. For example, somebody, our great grandfathers killed a lion. Now we know how to kill it or how to cage it. Now, some at some point of them, the lion's great grandfather also killed a human, but it would not pass anything. It's still the same, right? We have evolved. It's still the same, probably the fur and hair, whatever slight biological modification, but except that they did not upgrade over generations because they don't have a mechanism to communicate through intergenerations. Now that is the biggest advantage which we have. Now within humans, there are a certain set of people who rule the world. We call it the 1% club. Oxfam services, one person holds 60% of the wealth. So intelligence is fundamental for human evolution and human growth because it's not about how strong we are. At some point of time, it was about it. How strong we are was very important. But right now, it's no longer the case, right? Right. So with this framework, we started building and we started researching a lot on human intelligence, and we reached a lot of valuable insights where we focused on helping humans learn like machines and machines think like humans. When we talk about machine learning, we taught machines how to learn, but they're learning faster. ChatGPT. But machines cannot think. Still, we still need a human CEO, right? A machine cannot replace that. A machine cannot take a decision for you. So the whole idea is how can we help humans learn like machines and how can we help machines think like humans? These are the world's two biggest problems. The most expensive research is on this aspect. When you talk about artificial intelligence and machine learning, it revolves around this. Everything is linked to this. When you say machine, how can a machine think like human? They need a robo which can think like a doctor. Would you like to get operated by a robo? Right now, the answer is no, right? So that is exactly how we are looking at it. We focus on three aspects, which is skill building, problem solving, and decision making. These are the three aspects using which will help you solve all the problems. Let's say, in your case, skill building, your ability to learn faster, your ability to retain longer. These are skills, not motivational targets. These are hardcore skills, right? Skill building. Problem solving. You cannot have a consistent routine. It's a problem. You're not able to focus for more than 15 minutes or 20 minutes. You're not able to be consistent for more than 3 days in a week. So all of this are problems. Decision making. Should I go for one group? Actually, I just said one group or both groups are not a linear decision. If you ask about group one or group two, these are decisions. One group or both groups like first floor and second floor. It's not the same. It's not at the same level. One idli, one vada is a decision. One idli or two idlis, it's a different thing. It's not a direct choice. You have to finish one group and think about the other. So when it comes to decision making, people are always confused. So this is exactly how we solve the game of preparation for you, right? So in terms of this, we would need at least $100 million to completely do the way we want it to, because it involves a lot of psychologists, psychiatrists, biologists, neurologists, and most importantly, people from AI. So we need to build a fusion between the man and machine. And people who can think like this are extremely expensive, or they are working on their own projects. So this will take time for us to, bring it to the limelight. But currently, what we are doing, because all these companies are extremely interested, especially Apple, LinkedIn, Netflix. They are doing heavy research on this. So what we are currently doing is an application of this. Okay. So let's not talk about the whole software. Now we have Windows. Now let's say Windows is him. Now there is something called Office, MS Office, one part of Windows. Now that exactly is him Life School, a small part of the overall ecosystem. So this is a school which will help you to become him in life, him life school. So a place where every human can become him. Him is like the ideal type. These are the attributes. You can always ask why not her, but that acronym just got coined, or we'll have to figure out. That's it. Human intelligence mastery is the simplest way, because artificial intelligence, human intelligence, mastery is expertise. That's how we built it. I hope this dimension is clear. Right. Now within HLS, we have four components. One is career, relationships, health, and wealth. Career and relationships are the only two things you have to work. Because if you talk about wealth, wealth is a derivative of your career. You build your career, wealth happens. Unless there is intergenerational wealth, that's a bonus. That's a separate thing. So career and wealth are closely connected. You cannot directly earn wealth until you build a career. Even if someone is interested in stealing or money heist or whatever it is, still that's a career. You need to build those skills. So either way, you need to build a career to make wealth. In terms of health, there are three dimensions: mental health, physical health, emotional health. Mental health is once again connected to a career. The reason why a lot of CGS students would not feel well is because they are not able to actively progress in their career. If you're not having a cognitive stimulation on a daily basis, it will impact your mental health. Physical health, it's simple and straightforward. As long as you invest 1 hour per day, you can maintain it. Emotional health is linked to your relationships. Now, again, for a CS student, when you think that, when she thinks or he thinks that they're dependent on parents, or they go through guilt that they're not able to support their parents, that is once again a relationship issue which impacts the emotional health. Emotional health and mental health getting affected will affect your physical health also. That's the reason why you go through that loop normally. So we remove that. So health is also linked to relations. Health is largely linked to relations and a bit of career. So all you have to focus is how to build your career and relationships. Health and wealth are derivatives. You cannot directly do anything about it. Now, even for relationships, whether it's a personal level and professional level, unless you build your career, your relationships would not work the way you want, because your internal relationship is not sorted. When you talk about relationships, we have intrapersonal within ourselves, relation with us, and interpersonal with others. So when you think that you're not able to do something, when you think that you're not, performing at your best, you're not in ease with yourself, what will happen is the way you portray yourself to the world will be very different. So unless you build a relation with yourself, you cannot sell yourself to the world. So it once again brings down to building relationship within yourself. How do you build your relation? By setting your career or fixing your career. How do you fix your career? By clearing this exam. So for you to build a holistic life, you just have to clear one exam. That's it. Probably you are at 150 to 100. You just have to get 100 to 150 marks. Understood? So what we are doing at Him Life School is We'll help you build all these wheels. Everything will happen. But what is the critical success factor? What is the most important ingredient is what we are currently focusing upon, because you build it, a lot of things will automatically get fixed. Getting it? So now coming to this particular aspect, career. Career has qualifications, skills, and network. Network, don't worry. Once you have the qualification and once you build the skills, network will just happen. It will just happen. No, already networking is happening. It just happens. Now, skills, unless you have the qualification, people don't care about your skill. For example, I'm the same guy. Imagine I did not clear my CA. I don't think you'd be turning up here. Now, I'm also saying the next inroads for HLS, we are getting into medicine and civils. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a civil servant. But there, we are going through a skill based approach. Now, the world is willing to listen, it's there. But generally, as of today, where you are, qualification is really important. I'm also saying, why not both? Let's finish the qualification and build skills. Let's not debate about, I have more knowledge and information from the guy who cleared. Maybe, may not be, but it's another 3 months to get the qualification. Are we on the same page? So now it all boils down to clearing CA, which is central to building all the 4 pillars of your life. Agreed? Okay. Now, when it comes to clearing CA, this is the output. What is the output? Once you clear CA in one attempt, you'll start earning 1 lakh per month, and you'll see a clear cut pathway to 10 CR. Why 10 CR? At some point of time, it was like Kaun Banega Crorepati. Now nobody cares about, because you can't even get a 2 BHK house. So 1 CR is 10 CR now. 20 years ago, that is exactly what it is. So this is the minimum base for any individual to start playing in the world. Otherwise, you won't become relevant. Otherwise, you're not heard. You won't become relevant. It's like you shouting without a mic. No, this $1 million will give you a mic. You're the same person, but will be heard. Will have a chance to do something, right? So this is the simplest thing. This is the outcome. Now let's not worry about outcome. Let outcome happen. What are we worried about? The input. Now this is the entire file and syllabus. That's it. Single sheet. If you understand 20% about each of the chapters, you're done. Because IBS is a combination of all these papers. You just have to do this. That's it. If you look at it in a single frame, whenever you look at a particular chapter, let's say related services, you should be able to understand something of it, because there is a question which is coming on related services. It comes at 4 marks. Now, it is the only question comes from the chapter. Even if you know something about the chapter, if you understand the question properly, with a basic presentation skills, you can extract 2 marks. From any given topic, if you know 20%, which is very precise and objective, you can extract that and convert that into 50%. This is my insight. This is how I prepared. So that's it. All you have to know is this. You can believe this, or you can believe in the bullshit ideology that CA is a difficult code, it takes forever, it needs infinite attempts. It's up to you. But the reason why we are doing this is we believe this. That's it. This is it. So I hope you're here to believe that this is going to happen. Right? So this is about clearing CA. How are we going to do it? Now I told you why should you clear, what we do, and what is the scope of the syllabus. Done. So how are you going to do it? We have 5 steps, 5-step preparation framework. The first 2 steps talks about super strong mindset and super productive routine. These are the first 2 steps. Next, we have syllabus completion, revision methodology, and exam presentation. Now, unless you do this, exam presentation alone would not get you something. Now, my core areas, I clear any exam with only this. I build a mindset and I focus heavily on this. For me to write something in the exam, I reverse engineer. Let me pick up something. So that I just go back and do that. But I'm extremely strong with these 2 pillars. And HLS, the way it worked out is 70% of students are clearing because of this. You pick up any testimonial, they always talk about the 5-time revision. So this is exactly how it is. Now you can build any one pillar. No, you don't need to worry about your mindset. You build a routine, and then you focus on any one pillar. Any 2 pillars will help you. One from this, one from this will clear. All 5 are also not necessary. So that's the concept of a one last attempt. Now, if you build a strong mindset and have a productive routine, you are a super student. What do you mean by super student? Your ability to build a strong mindset and have a stable routine, a consistent routine. Let's say if you can study for 10 hours a day, you can crack any exam in India, forget about CA. That's it. You have a proper mindset and that's it. So we convert struggling student to super student. This is about this. So once you become super students, you can clear any exam in one last attempt. Unless you become a super student, you cannot clear in one last attempt. One last attempt is only for super students because struggling students cannot clear in one last attempt. Okay, so one last attempt includes these three things. This is the framework. In terms of understanding, let's say, how do we build things? There's something called forgetting curve. This is the reason why you won't remember. It is given by Harvard Business Review. What we say, if you forget more than 60% in a day, revise at the end of the day. That is the reason why you are doing day induction. So whenever there is a tendency of your memory to lapse, we created controls. So each and everything is built scientifically. We did the research for more than 30,000 apps. And as we are speaking, we have copyrights for each and every aspect. So this is, we are the first startup in India, independent India to get a blueprint on the process of the examination. It's extremely hard. Like we have a copyright framework from the government of India officially to do this. So, and anyone who is clearing, once again talking about this one, 5 time revision, focus block, the ability to retain content. So this is the core. Now, if you have this, you'll clear. And here we heavily focus on implementation. How do we implement what we have planned? This is the most important. And the biggest advantage you get is there is something called improvement. Let's say at home, you're studying, you did everything. Like most of you did everything you could. But why you could not clear? Because there's no improvement concept. That's the reason why you get stuck at the same score level. Whatever you do, you're stuck at the same score level. Because there is no concept of improvement happening. For improvement to happening, there has to be an insight. There has to be some external support. Let's say, how do you increase the batting technique? Only when someone is trying to teach you, only when someone is trying to help you out. So it is important for you to have a component of improvement based on what you're already implementing. So that is exactly how it has to happen. In terms of whether you can clear, I'll give you only 2 examples. We have hundreds of case studies. One, Akshari is a mother. She has failed 10 times. She has given up CA. After looking at us, she realized probably we can help her, and she cleared. Now this guy is around 5 years now. He goes to school and keeps saying, "My mom is a CA." Okay, so this is an extreme example. And Prashant, after 12 attempts, 6 years, he just cleared. So two extreme and contrary examples which I'm showing. Now I don't want to get motivated with this. The idea is not to motivate you. The idea is to tell you that the constraints which we are having are okay. I understand that. I respect your constraints. I'm saying we can still clear irrespective and in spite of them. I'm not diminishing them. I'm not saying they're not important. I'm not saying they do not matter. All I'm saying is let them be there. We'll clear irrespective of that. That is exactly how the approach is going to work. So we have frameworks for each and everything. The marks you have to get, like everything is automated. You just have to, implement. You just have to follow, not even implement, because we'll help you with the implementation process. So we'll take care of everything. So this single couch which I'm looking at right now, I want to produce half a dozen CAs. Understood? So once you clear CA, then we move it to the level of him where you look at all-round abilities, like recording this video by Manju, something like that. So, well, once you clear CA, there are a lot of things which will trigger. We kind of focus on, let's say, even if no one is there, I should be able to execute everything. That's how I built myself. Single person company, 1 person company. Legally, it's a different story. Now, always have that in mind. 1 person company. You go somewhere, you close the deal, you help them clear. If no one is there, I'll sit with you and help you crack. So this is exactly how I built myself. This is exactly how I want to build each and every one of you. Okay. So this is exactly how the process is going to work. So once you are here, trust us. Pause everything in life. Follow the process. Stick to the process. Trust the process. And you already saw the results, because if you're looking at this, the reason why we share all of this is, so you must have followed this. So okay, look at it. चलिए आज हम एक क्विक एनालिसिस करते हैं कि 199 रुपीस में हमारे भारत में क्या क्या मिल सकता है. नमस्कार. The way this is a video which we did for May 24. This this lady cleared right now. She's here. Anshu cleared. Mitra cleared. That's what it is. That is exactly what I'm talking about. We don't talk about it retrospectively, creating an imaginary story. We announce it. This has been created before May. When was this? Somewhere in April, I don't know. So similarly now, flip the frame, rotate a couple of times, do a cinematic shot. So three people here cleared. I want the same six people who are here to clear. As simple as it. And next time when I show this video, 3, 6, 12, something like that, it will do. This is our ability. This is exactly how I trust the process and how I trust you guys. As simple as that. Because if you are not cooperating, we cannot clear. It's up to you. You are the person. Okay. So ideally, people think of transition time as 10 days, 10 days transition. For me, I have 10 minutes in mind. That's it. This is it. Like transition is a thought. It's not some. It's not something. It's a thought, right? Like what is surgery? Okay, unnecessary, remove it. Not missing, added. That's it. That is exactly how I look at it. So I think the transition is done for you. And moving ahead, you know, we are looking forward to replicate this. Cool. So I need a couple of things from you. Like, why did you come to HLS? And most importantly, your commitment to clear in November 24. This is exactly what we are going to take. Okay. Yeah. So this video would give you the complete context of what we do. For more details, you can go through our official channel, Him Life School, because this is India's only real life channel. When you look at it, it's real. We don't edit it. We don't add thumbnails. We don't have anything. We record and share as things happen. So hope you also take a firm resolution to make sure you take the first logical step to clear your exams in one attempt. This is C. Himakant Thank you for watching this.